Hi everyone. Today let us discuss the calculations in spectroscopy and estimation of the lambda max in aromatic compounds. So let us start with the Woodward-Fisher rules which are used to estimate the lambda max for the aromatic compounds. These rules can be given for any type of chromophores like the conjugated dienes, conjugated enones and aromatic compounds. In our previous video, we have discussed how we can estimate the lambda max value for conjugated dienes. Now let us see about the aromatic compounds. So simple aromatic compound is the benzene, and because benzene is having the pi bonds, so it can undergo pi to pi transition. So that's why benzene acts as a chromophore. But most of the aromatic compounds are substituted with the different types of groups. So let us take an aromatic compound like this. And now in this aromatic compound, we can observe a carbonyl group which is attached to this benzene ring system. And because of addition of this carbonyl group, now this chromophore is having a strong pi to pi transition. So this compound having phenyl ring with a carbonyl group acts as a chromophore. So this group will be given a base value according to the Woodward-Fisher rules. Similarly, the R group, which is not absorbing the radiation directly but increase the absorption of the radiation, so it acts as an oxochrome, so it will be given with the increment values. Now let us take the base values according to the Woodward-Fisher rules. So let us take general structure, and already we have seen that here the chromophore includes the benzene ring along with the carbonyl functional group. Here, based on the nature of this X, we can have the different types of chromophore systems. For example, if the X is equal to hydrogen, then the ring system becomes a benzaldehyde derivative. Now these benzaldehyde derivatives are having a lambda max base value at 250 nanometers. Similarly, if the X is either OH or OR, that means it is either benzoic acid or benzoic acid ester, then it will have a base value around 230 nanometer. And if suppose X is an alkyl group, when it is an alkyl group, it becomes a aromatic ketone. That means it can be called as phenone. So phenones are having a base value around 246 nanometer. So these are the base values for the three types of chromophores: benzaldehyde derivatives, acid or ester derivatives, and phenone derivatives. Now let us see the increments. Increments are given to the R group which is attached to the aromatic ring system, but it can be attached at the ortho position, meta position, or even para position. And generally we can observe the same increment values for ortho and meta positions. So now let us see the increment values for the different types of groups on the aromatic ring system. So first one is the simple R1. Any alkyl group is present or any ring residue is present, then for ortho and meta positions the increment is 3, but for para position it is the increment 10. You can see a high increment in the para position compared to the ortho and meta position. Similarly, if R group is any OH group or OR group, alkoxy or hydroxy groups, then the increment for ortho and meta position is 7, and for para position it is 25. And if R group is a chlorine, ortho and meta position, what may be the increment? So here the increment value will be 0. That means chlorine will have any effect at the ortho position and meta position. But at the para position, it can increase the lambda max value by 10 nanometer. So increment is 10. Similarly, bromine. Bromine is for ortho and meta position 2, but para position 15. And amine group 13 for ortho and meta position, 58 for para position. Again, you can observe in the amino group, a large difference can be seen between the ortho substitution and para substitution. So these are the increment values given with these aromatic ring systems. And here we have to remember these base values and increment values. Now by using these base values and increment values, let us calculate the lambda max of the few of the aromatic compounds. Now let us go with the calculation of the lambda max, and let us take one example here. So this is the para-amino salicylic acid, commonly known as PAS, and this is one of the drug acting as anti-tubercular agent. Now let us calculate the lambda max of this para-amino salicylic acid. Since this aromatic compound is having the carboxylic acid is the principal functional group, now this is a benzoic acid derivative, so we can have the base value as 230 nanometers according to the Woodward-Fisher rules. At the ortho position, we can observe a hydroxyl group. And what is the increment value for this OH group at the ortho position? So ortho-hydroxy group will have an increment value as 7 nanometers. And we can observe another group at the para position. Now this is the amino group. Amino group at the para position is having the more increment value compared to the ortho and meta positions. For example, amino group at the ortho and meta position, it is having an increment of 13 nanometers, but at the para position it is having the 58 nanometers. So para amino group will give the increment of 58 nanometers. Now by combining all these, 230 plus 7 plus 58, that gives the lambda max value as 295 nanometers. So now this para amino salicylic acid is having a lambda max at the 295 nanometers according to the Woodward feature rules. Now again you can say that para amino salicylic acid is colored or colorless. Since it is absorbing at the 295, it is falling in the UV region, so it is not absorbing the visible region. So it is again colorless compound. Now let us take another example. So this is the para amino benzoic acid, commonly known as PABA. Now let us calculate what is the lambda max value for this para amino benzoic acid. Again here the chromophore is made up of benzoic acid, so the base value is 230 nanometers. And since it is having an amine group at the para position, so para amino group will have an increment of 58 nanometers. So if we combine these two, we will get lambda max value as 288 nanometers. So here the lambda max value we got is a 288 nanometers, which is falling in the UV region. UV region is from the 200 to 400 nanometers. So now this compound is absorbing within the UV region. That's why this compound can absorb the UVB radiation which is present in the sunlight. So that's why para amino benzoic acid PABA can be used as a UV filter in few of the sunscreen lotions. Now let us take another example. So here it is an aromatic compound fused with another cyclic structure. And what is the nature of this chromophore? So here we can identify this benzene ring attached with a carbonyl ring as the chromophore. So this is nothing but the benzene attached with a ketone, so it is a phenone. So phenones are having a base value around 246 nanometers. Now let us see the increments. So here whatever the group adds into this ketone group on the benzene ring is a ortho group. So this is the ortho position, and this is the meta position, and this is the para position. Now is there any group at the ortho position? We can observe that at the ortho position a ring is going to be attached, so there is a ring residue. So ring residue is the chemical bond which on breaking it opens the ring. So at the ortho position there is an attachment with the rest of the ring. So if we break this chemical bond, we can open the ring. So there is a ring residue at the ortho position, and for ortho ring residue the increment value will be 2 nanometers. And similarly at the meta position there is no group, but para position again we can observe the amine group. So again para amino group, the increment is 58 nanometers. So if we combine these, we will get the lambda max value as 306 nanometers. So this compound is having lambda max around 306 nanometers, and you can observe because of a fusion of a cyclic ring system, the lambda max value is going to be increased above 300. Now let us go with another example. So this is the para-chlorobenzaldehyde. So here whatever the chromophore is made up of aldehyde functional group. So what is the base value? So base value is 250 nanometers, and it is having a chlorine group at the para position. So para chloro group, the increment is 10 nanometers. So if we combine these two, we will get the lambda max as 260 nanometers. So para chlorobenzaldehyde is having the lambda max around 260 nanometers. Now if we take another compound similar to this para chlorobenzaldehyde, which is nothing but the 2,4,6 trichlorobenzaldehyde, it is having the extra chlorine groups at the both of these ortho positions. Now again the base value is 250 nanometers, and here the increment at the ortho, meta or any of the groups, the chlorines is 0. Actually this structure is having the chlorine groups at the both of the ortho positions, but at the meta position they are having the 0 value. So ortho or meta position, the chlorine groups are having a 0 value as the increment, and then para chloro group increment is 10. So total is the 260 nanometers. So you can see that whether the structure is a para chlorobenzaldehyde or 2,4,6 trichlorobenzaldehyde, still they will have the same lambda max values. This is because the chlorine is having the 0 increment value at the ortho and meta positions. And this is valid with only chlorine, but bromine can show increment values at the ortho and meta positions. Now let us go with another example. So this is again a benzene ring fused with a cyclic ring system. So again you can observe this is the chromophore, this is nothing but the acid moiety, so it is a benzoic acid, so the base value will be 230 nanometers. And now let us observe what is the ortho, meta and para positions. So this is the para position, so we have to see the para position to the functional group, because the functional group is the carboxylic acid. To the carboxylic acid, this group is the para position. Similarly here this is the meta position, and we can also observe another meta position here. Now if we see the increment values, at the para position it is having a ring residue. So again if we break the bond here, we can open the ring. So at the para position a para ring residue is there. So ring residue at the para position, the increment is 10 nanometers. Similarly another ring residue is observed at a meta position. So meta ring residue, the increment value will be 3 nanometers. And finally the bromine group is present at the another meta position. So M-bromo group gives an increment value of 2 nanometers. So if we combine all these, 230 plus 10 plus 3 plus 2, so that gives the 245 nanometers. In this way we can calculate the lambda max value for the aromatic compounds by knowing their base values and the increment values. But we have seen the increment values for few of the functional groups like the OH group, OR group, chlorine, bromine and amine groups. But in many of the aromatic compounds we can also observe the other types of groups. Now let us see the increment values for the other types of functional groups which are derived from the amine groups. Now the amine group substitutions and the increment values. So what is the R group and ortho, meta and para positions? If the R group is the NHCOCH3, that is the estamido group. So for ortho and meta position it is having an increment value of 20 nanometers and para position 45 nanometers. And if the group is NCH3 twice, that is dimethyl amino group, then the increment is 20 and para position 85. And for methyl amino group, the increment value for ortho and meta is not given, but para position it is 73. So by using these increment values, now let us calculate the lambda max values for few of the aromatic compounds. So this is a simple example. So this is having the aldehyde functional group attached with the benzene. So benzaldehyde derivative. So the base value is 250 nanometers. And at the para position it is having the estamido group. For para estamido group the increment value is 45 nanometer. So this compound will show a lambda max value at 250 plus 45, that is 295 nanometers. Now let us see the limitations of these Woodward-Fitzgerald rules in the estimation of the lambda max of aromatic compounds. For example, if you take an aromatic compound like this, so this is simply the 2,4,6 dinitrophenol, so this is called as picric acid. So this is having the OH group which is attached to this phenyl ring system, but with OH group we are not given any base value in the Woodward-Fitzgerald rules. Similarly, it is having the nitro groups. These nitro groups are electron withdrawing groups, and again they are not given with any increment value within the Woodward-Fitzgerald rules. So whenever this aromatic ring system is attached with a OH group or NO2 groups, we are not given with any values, so we cannot calculate the lambda max value when these groups are present in the aromatic compounds. But still we know that picric acid is having a pale yellow color, so it is going to absorb within the region of 500 to 600 nanometer. That means for all types of aromatic compounds we cannot estimate the lambda max by using the Woodward-Fitzgerald rules. And the rules were given with only few of the functional groups. Based on that we can calculate the lambda max for few of the aromatic compounds. But we can see a structure like this. Already we have seen this structure. Here you can see it is a benzaldehyde group is there, so it is going to absorb minimum at the 250 nanometer. And again it is having a nitrogen of the amine group, so minimum it will have an increment of 50 nanometer. So minimum this compound will have an absorption of 250 plus 50, that is greater than 300. And because of the azo bond, this compound can have an extended conjugation so that it can absorb around greater than 500 nanometer. So this compound is colored in nature. So just by knowing the base values, increment values of the aromatic compounds by using the Woodward feature rules, we can estimate the approximate lambda max value of few of the compounds, and by that we can know whether the compound is colored or not colored, or in which region it is going to absorb. By combining all this information, we can estimate few of the absorption patterns of the aromatic compounds. So that's for today. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, share this video with your friends, and post your comments in the comment box. Thank you for watching this video.